everybody. Welcome back to week 4, 19.4. It's St. Patty's Day. Clap it up, y'all. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. We're going to start off with the sad news. The sad news is this will be our last St. Patty's episode. As we move the Open to October, this will do it for the green and the beers. Not all the beers. I think we'll come up with a reason to drink beers on the show in October as well. But here we are, 19.4.
It's a pretty unique workout, right? They've never had like this built-in rest in an open workout. So now we had 3 rounds of some snatches and burpees over the bar, 3-minute rest, and then 3 rounds of 10 bar muscle ups and 12 burpees over the bar.
Yeah, so the workout really comes down to, how well you can do the muscle ups. There is a tie break score. You got your 110s, your 66. So there was that tie break option. I did put a complaint in, and I did get further word that they're changing it. It's going to be that the tie break is your actual score. The tiebreaker is now the number of muscle ups that you got. So it's fortunate for me. Fortunate. I beat you by 2 seconds in the tiebreaker. Was your game plan to pace it, or am I just fitter and faster?
I would say it was the pacing, yeah.
Oh, all right. I also paced it. It was a pretty easy pace. Now, my legs got tired doing burpees. It was a little bit more of a surprise. It's a light barbell. I think it was an exciting workout for some of our muscle uppers because they weren't going to be destroyed in the early part, and then they get to show off that skill.
Yeah, you definitely had like 2 groups of athletes. The athletes that were doing the first 3 rounds to set that really fast tie break, and then the other group that was planning on getting some muscle ups, planning on getting deeper into the workout, and they needed to like game plan a little bit more.
Yeah, so a lot of different styles of the workout this week. Thursday night, we have 10 athletes. The team spirit is just really stepping up week after week. We're going to go in kind of an order of team spirit, starting off with the great team with the least amount of effort.
Correct.
Our first athlete is going to be Jen Seidel.
I think she was looking forward to this workout. She's been really close to getting bar muscle ups before. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but she gave some good attempts.
So Seidel winds up with that 66 number. She's shooting for the tiebreaker. She pulls a 426. At the time, not knowing the workout, I was like, that's really fast. We did see some slightly faster times over the weekend. Yeah. Now, when she eventually does get her first muscle up, she's going to be really strong in that finishing position. I might actually see her get a ring muscle up before a bar muscle up, possibly.
Be able to sneak through.
Because of how strong she is in here. Then on the great team, Ian Borg, having a great open.
Great open.
Sitting at 15th place currently in men's RX. What do you think of Ian's performance?
Definitely looking forward to the bar muscle ups. It's one of his better movements in CrossFit. He was a little worried about the snatches, worried about the burpees, gassing him out. I said, take it easy there because you're going to be able to shine on the bar muscle up. Yeah.
And that 3-minute built-in rest served him really well.
Yes, definitely.
So he beat me by a rep. Let's move on. Representing the black team, first athlete,
Jay Gold. He was actually really fired up after the workout. He had a great day, great on the bar muscle ups. He ended up beating Ian, which he was pretty fired up about.
Overall, great weekend for Jay Gold. He brought someone to the gym, right, which I was unaware of. He comes back and judges voluntarily the next day.
Yeah, that was mind-blowing.
This guy's really stepping it up. Jay Gold with a great week. In the 40-year-old division, he's sitting right behind me. He's really going to put himself up there. He's been beating Ariel by 1 rep.
Yes.
Now he's going to see a clear jump. Also in that category, in the scale division, though, is Adam the Fiffer Pfeiffer.
For the scale, it was just chin over bar pull-ups, and he was really worried about just getting 1 pull-up. He was in the back practicing. We're trying to coach him up, and then he got out on the floor, and he ended up getting 5 pull-ups.
He's someone that I could see making a big jump from this point. Definitely. You realize now you can do pull-ups even under some fatigue, and he also has a good range of motion and some sound strength. So if he puts together that kit, we could see by October he's doing chest to bar pull-ups, possibly. And our third team is the red team. Mike, that's your squad. What do you got?
So kicking off with the red team, we had Tamar. Knows she could do a few bar muscle ups, but she really struggles with it. She's one of those people that gets up to the bar and then has to kind of like grind her way through it. I think she got 1 no rep mixed in there for getting her arm onto the bar, but she battled through it, did a great job.
Tamar doesn't like the big crowd, and I'm sure she was a little nervous about it. She asked if I would keep people away from her. In previous weeks, people are cheering her on. She can't handle it. She steps in, goes over into the corner, winds up doing some muscle ups, and puts a nice show on for us to see some of the females up doing those muscle ups. It was cool. The next athlete was our fill-in, Connie. Heather says originally I had agreed to doing it. She's going away this weekend. I can't make it.
So I call up Connie, get her in there. She has her Heather Owes Me sash that she wore out on the floor.
It's a good play.
Yeah.
So Connie gets 66 reps with a 618 tie in the scale division. And then jumping right over to the purple squad, we got a nice little introduction for the purple team led by Andrea Melendez, our first official CrossFit member. That's a big deal, y'all. We gotta clap it up. Andrea Melendez has been around a long time. Here's to you, girl. Thank you. She finishes 4th overall in the advanced women with the 66 reps, with her tie-break time of 6:18, the same as Connie we saw in the scale division. So Andrea, as we call out Andrea, the lights are off. We got some flashing purple going on. She heads down the alley of the high fives and then all of a sudden runs into a barbell. Didn't do a total face plant, but
knew it happened.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Classic Andrea, appreciate it.
Also on the purple team, we had Andres. When I first heard this workout come up, I wasn't sure, where people were gonna be, if, I was gonna finish, how deep we were gonna get into this workout. Andres does the workout and he gets all the way into the 3rd round, does 2 bar muscle ups. And I'm like, oh boy, now I have to work really hard to beat Andres in this workout. Really showed up, put on a great show, but had a little trouble early on in the workout.
Yes, that's right, Mike. We're reading over the rules here just live on Thursday night. We're getting the sheets together. And Andres, not known for reading rules or I don't know if he's reading anything, says, listen, everybody, you are allowed to do the step back on the burpees. Runs it by you, you're like, hell no, right?
Yeah, I was like, no way, Andres, that's not right. I was like, look, right here, and then I was wrong. And Andres is actually right.
Yep, written in
First
the
time
rules.
ever.
But this is gonna take us to the disaster decision of the week. Disaster decision this week goes to Coach Kim Driscoll for trying to be a head judge and throwing in the no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that. French is involved. He's trying to judge, but is being overwhelmed by the small and mighty Driscoll. You gotta stop this. He doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know what count Andres is at. It's a disaster.
What is Andres handles the situation?
Yeah, big ups to Andres for not just completely melting away, losing his mind here.
Continues to do the work. Hey, hopefully they're counting these reps because I know as an athlete that they're supposed to count.
Yeah.
So shout out to Andres. And our last team, Mike, was the blue team. We started off with Zach. Not sure if he's feeling good enough to do the workout. It's gonna depend if the workout comes up, if he's gonna fake an injury. Like his partner, JK. JK shows up on Sunday morning and pulls the old, I think I destroyed both lats on one attempt to do muscle ups. Where's Luca? He really wasn't warmed up. Probably had 2 beers last night. Went to bed at 10 o'clock. Maybe his kid woke up in the middle of the night and he's like, I gotta fake some shit. So JK doesn't do the workout. Zach doesn't have that opportunity. He steps up.
He moved really well, especially at the start of the workout. When you're Thursday night, you don't have time to develop a game plan. He just came out really, really hard and set a great tie-break time.
Zach winds up with 93 reps, and just behind those other guys that were working out with him, 93, 95, 97, and then takes us to our last gentleman, Jeremy. Finishing 2 complete rounds.
Yeah.
Really my surprise of the week.
I was just gonna say that. You expect Jeremy to do well, but maybe not that well. He doesn't have like these textbook bar muscle ups where he's turning over. He kind of does the chicken wing and he gets up, but he was just consistently getting up over and over. And they look good, like he was flying up to the top.
Just 2 opens ago. On a Thursday night as well, we see Jeremy get his first muscle up. Let's take a look at the video here real quick. He had just gotten his first. The crowd went nuts. I knew he was going to get a bunch of reps, but to do that well, I think that was the individual on Thursday night that really starts messing with everyone's head of where you're going to be. Because we don't see him as this gymnastic athlete. We know he's got heart and he wanted it. I would say the performance of the night on Thursday night, let's go to Jeremy. Clap it up, Jeremy. Let's get into our podium finishers of the week. Starting with the scale group, we go men. In the men, we have Sam Lim, week after week, doing well. He takes the 3rd spot.
Weekly.
In the 2nd spot, Joe sneaks in. He hasn't really been up there. And then Caesar, who delivers the brown, huh? UPS delivery guy. That's right. Just came up with that moment.
Yeah, he could do pull-ups, and he was just a few reps short of finishing.
I think this open has really helped make him consistent, bringing a friend down, and he's dove in a little bit. So good for Caesar and a great open. But the one we want to mention here in the men's scale is Svi.
Svi rocking out with those strict pull-ups, rep after rep. Kind of battled through that first part of the workout, but he has some good pulling strength, so he was able to get up onto the bar, find himself in 4th place.
Yeah, 106 reps. So good week for Svi. And then the women's scale, Mike, what we got?
Women's scaled in 3rd place, we had Jess Lawson. In 2nd place, we had Andrea Barrios. And in 1st place, we had Fernanda.
Fernanda's just having a great open. We're gonna see her jump into that advanced category come October. She's been beating up the scale people, right? J-Lo, the inconsistency, and then the open comes around, she's starting to turn the game up a little bit. Things that she was able to do a while back, today has a great workout, I thought.
we went in the same heat, and we're warming up in the back room. And she's talking about which injury she should fake to get out of this workout.
She should have spoke to John.
Yeah.
So Andrea sneaks in at the 2nd spot. She's wrapping up her last round of snatches, and then she thinks she's done.
Time.
And then the judge is like, you got burpees to do. Yeah. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And we jump right over to the advanced category. We'll go advanced men, Mike, go ahead.
In third place, we had Jay Poppy. In second place, Steve Cohen. And in first place, Willie Moe.
High draft.
Yes. Finally paying off.
A big week for really all three of those guys.
Yeah.
Pop, you don't stop. Big Pop, you don't stop. Except he usually stops during burpees.
Yes. He has great pulling strength, was looking forward to getting to that bar.
He winds up with 4 muscle-ups. A great week for him. And then Willie, the #1 overall draft pick by the red team.
Yes, my #1 overall
time
draft
to shine.
pick. In the Masters division, didn't have to do bar muscle-ups, did chest to bar pull-ups. Takes a little bit longer on the first part, and then I went over to him. I was like, if you do 10 chest to bar pull-ups, the burpees, and another 10. I was like, you win. He jumped up to the bar, did 10 in a row to start. I knew we were in good shape.
And he seals the deal for the Morales family and also calls it out before the rest of the daughters even finish the workout.
Yeah. May, Allison hadn't gone yet. He's like, count it. It's
Facebook,
over.
world knows. Could have gone down as a disaster
That could have
decision,
been,
but
yeah.
no. The highlight in this group has got to go to Steve Cohen. Stephen Cohen is going to be this week's Rookie of the Week.
Yeah, Steve Cohen. Back-to-back Cohens.
The Cohens, Mrs. and Mr. Back-to-back weeks.
Yes.
But Stephen last week, really upset, takes a big step on a lunge, trying to step across the line, strains something in his hip, and he's not lying. We saw a lot of black and blue.
Yeah.
You know, he was just really upset at how that workout went.
He wasn't even sure if he could do bar muscle-ups. Came in Friday, tried them out, was able to do a few in a row. It just kind of worked out where squatting, he knew wouldn't be in the cards if that showed up this week. He got lucky with some snatches, some burpees, and then he got to show off with the bar muscle-ups.
Nice week. We're gonna slide right over to the women's advanced, Mike.
So in our women's advanced category, top 3 all did 66 reps. So it all came down to their tie-break times. So in third place, we had Amanda. In second place, we had Steph Swans. And in first place, for the red team,
Oh, get excited.
Jackie Schultz.
The crowd is starting to get a little looser here.
Yeah.
Yes, as we know, Jackie's been holding it down in the advanced category. And I think the real reason is this, Mike. She, on a daily basis, she's hiding.
Yes.
She's hiding. She's not letting us know how good she is. Especially in this last month or so. Could have put her in the RX division. She's performing well. I'll give it to her. But the matchup with Steph and Amanda this week, Steph Swan squeaks it out by 1 second on the tiebreaker against Amanda. Every second counts, girl. Nice job. Moving along, we're gonna go ahead with the RX category. Let's start with the men.
We had Pavel in third place, Kev Camillo in second, and then John Bauer
Johnny B.
in first place.
Now, Pavel, to start it off, you're expecting big things. I worked out alongside him on a Friday afternoon. He sneaks in. He realized that the warm-up of the noon class is pretty unbelievable. And he's like, can I do it with you? And I'm like, fine. Good thing I wasn't even thinking about him because he and I finished right around the same tiebreak time. And I was like, that was my only chance to miss that. I beat him on the barbell and then he flew around on the burpees.
Of course.
And he continued to do his thing. He pulls the 3 spot and a nice week for Pavel.
Yep.
Really good about it. And then Kevin Camillo. I don't know, this could stir up a few conversations here.
Yeah, good.
Maybe more conversations last night that I wasn't there for.
Yes.
Nothing in writing.
So Kev Camillo does a great job, right? You knew he was going to kill it on the bar muscle-ups, and that really became the separator for some of these top guys towards the end of the workout. So he ends up finishing all 3 rounds of bar muscle-ups and ended up getting 1 burpee.
Oh.
1 burpee.
And you did
4 burpees.
Oh, that's
So last night, we're all hanging out. Kev just keeps talking shit to me, you know? Oh, you're not drinking because you're scared of my score. You're scared you're not going to beat me. There's a lot of that.
digging his own. He was digging it. Kev has been talking trash for all year.
He has.
All year. This was his opportunity to show up with some friends and shoot his mouth off a little bit, but it may have cost him a double middle finger there, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
All right, well played. He deserved it. Fuck him. And then in first place in the men's RX is going to go to JB, your number 19th overall pick. JB.
When I did my draft, I was envisioning this week happening.
Some people pick tight ends and kickers early.
Yeah.
And then here you go.
You know, it really paid off this week.
This was your week.
Yeah,
And JB shined.
Yeah, he did. He had the lighter barbell at 65 pounds, and then instead of doing bar muscle-ups, he had to do chest bar pull-ups.
He's side by side with you in the workout. You guys did it at the same time?
And ended up with the same score.
Same score. Nice workout for JB. Good week. In that category also though, in the RX men, we had 6 athletes in the gym, 5 gentlemen with that 110 score. Josh gets the 110, but then squeezes out the tiebreaker right over Smilo.
Yeah, which is a little bit of a shocker. Josh, not necessarily known for his burpee ability, his engine, really kind of pushed the pace on the first part. Got a great tiebreak, and it paid off. I mean, it moved him up 5-6 spots in the gym.
Over to RX women, Mike, making our way bottom of the top in the top 3.
Yeah, so I don't think there were any surprises here in the RX women. In 3rd place, we had Yvette. In 2nd place, we had Greedy. And in 1st place, week after week, we had Alyssa.
Well, it could be a surprise if you're thinking Greedy versus Alyssa in this workout. I wouldn't have put my money on Alyssa, who struggled with muscle ups in the past, comparable to Greedy. I was surprised with Alyssa sneaking this one out. It was a great week for her.
Yeah, it was a tight race. She just got her by a few burpees kind of at the end, so just had a few extra seconds there to jump around.
Yeah, now Greedy's in the middle of the workout, and she had like one difficult muscle up, and then she stops, like, oh gosh, that was so hard. And I'm like, that's what every one of my reps look like. Get back on the bar and finish it. The 4 and 5 spot, got to talk about them. Number 4, Haley, one of the Momo Moraleses. Let's start with the negative before the positive. I'm gonna put her in my category. It's like, you've been able to do muscle ups and you haven't got any better at them. She did have a great week, and I'm happy for her performance, but I expected her to move on the muscle ups pretty well.
You know, I think everyone knew that muscle ups were probably a possibility this week. Is it gonna be ring? Is it gonna be bar? She's done bar before. She doesn't do them on a regular basis or during the year. Day before, she's working on some muscle ups. She finally gets a couple reps where she's not doing her crazy chicken wing over the bar, so she's feeling good going into the workout. And then, yeah, she got over the bar a bunch of times.
The honorable mention of the week is that 5th spot, Gabby Gabatron. Clap it up for Gabby.
Yeah, we mentioned it last week. You know, she got her first handstand push-up. She got her first bar muscle up during the week. Not only was she able to do like 1, 2, something like that, she ended up doing all 10 reps and actually got 1 burpee into that next round.
A really big week for Gabby.
Yeah.
Now, Gabby brings her dad down. It was so nice to see some other parents. Greedy had a family down here. You know, that wouldn't have happened if we didn't make this family rule, but I think it's so important for you to show your family what you're up to. We spent a lot of time in the gym. It was a really good experience. Gabby hitting some muscle ups in front of her dad. Her dad came up. He's like, I want to thank you for all your motivation. I was like, yeah. It's like, this is why we do what we do. So great week for Gabby and everyone else who brought their family down. Nice job. Let's go ahead and wrap it up with our coaches division, Mike.
Yeah, so in 5th place, we had Ryan. In 4th place, we had Mike 0 points Kim. In 3rd place, we had myself. And 2nd place, Kim Driscoll. And 1st place, Al Sanzari.
For holding on. Ryan, being responsible, not always responsible on the weekends.
No.
As the Open's going on, just not making any poor decisions.
Yeah.
You know, he's been a little banged up, but here was a workout. It was time for him to shine, and he did. He winds up in 5th place in the coach division. Great workout for him. MK does the workout earlier in the week. And, you know, based on his performance, Jeremy and him, I'm like, I don't know what to think of this workout.
He just beats Andres, he just beats Jeremy, and then you're like, did they just kill it on Thursday night?
Which they did, but MK didn't have a great week. He said a common phrase that's used amongst Wendell and I, and that's I'm fat.
Yeah.
MK is entered the fat category. So MK has offered 0 points to his team outside of his performance, and his performance hasn't been great so far. So time to readjust your game plan, son. And then we move to the 3rd place. Lanny, nice job. You got 2 burpees on the last round. A good
I got
finish
4.
4? Well, it says 2. All right. And then Kim Driscoll, the disaster decision. But the performance, she showed up at the top of the bar. I think she was fully locked out. She just keeps going. And it was like on her 5th rep, I turned and yelled to the crowd, I gotta start working out. It's like, this girl has been putting in time. I'm just having flashbacks of previous years where she struggles, barely getting on top. Then the chicken wing comes, and now this year.
Yeah,
boom.
just no problem.
She's just 4 reps short finishing the workout. Great job for Kim Driscoll this week. Show up. And then Al holding it down. One of our 3 finishers this week, Al Sanzari at 11:17, finished the workout. Hey. And also there was 2 other finishers, Mike.
So both in the advanced division, both did the scaled workout. We had Santos and Jacoby.
Great week for them, finishing the workout. Nice. Let's see you guys out there. Let's finish up with some predictions, Mike. What do you have for week 5 of the Open?
Going a little out of the box here. So I'm gonna say it's gonna start with some sort of AMRAP of deadlifts and chest bar pull-ups. And then we're gonna go with our part 2, which is gonna be a 1 rep max thruster.
A 1 rep max thruster late in the game here. Very risky. This week, my predictions, I'm gonna go with a really long workout, a no time cap type. Oh. So maybe you get your best athletes in the 15 to 16, but we could have one of those nightmares as an affiliate owner, up to 30 minutes. And it's gonna be somewhere in the chest to bar pull-up shuttle run. I'm bringing it back.
No.
Shuttle run comes back this week. Yes.
No.
Get your lines out. Did you already take your tape up? You made a mistake. We leave our tape up for another 6 months. Wish you guys join us on Friday night. This Friday night, we got a treat for you. We're gonna have 90% of the coaches are gonna be here on Friday night for Friday Night Lights. Here we go, one more week.
Oh, the nerves.
Hey, good luck, guys.